This is Here For You with 6 News at 6.
A DoorDash driver accused of shooting a customer gets caught, and that customer talks exclusively with 6 News. It is our top story today at 6. Thanks for joining us. I'm Sherry Jones. Siobhan is off tonight. It is a story that made huge headlines last week. A woman waiting for her Wendy's ends up with a bullet after a run-in with her DoorDash delivery driver. Police have now caught up with that driver, and as Zena Issa reports, the victim may now have a permanent reminder of her order. Zena?
Sherry, last week a casual food delivery turned into a nightmare for Marissa Williams. Today, the driver, 22-year-old Santana Arrington, faces 3 felonies, while Williams is left to live with the bullet lodged in her body.
Like, we used to DoorDash ourselves. Never ever had an altercation like this as DoorDash drivers.
Being a former DoorDash driver makes what happened that much crazier for Marissa Williams. She says it all started when she asked Arrington to park in the driveway to avoid the muddy yard. When Arrington ignored the request, Williams let her know that if she got stuck, she'd be on her own. While driving off, Williams says Arrington tore up a neighbor's yard. Then she turned to the driveway, and that's when Williams says the situation quickly escalated.
It also scares me the fact that she had a gun and my son seen mommy laying on the ground. He came inside after I had been loaded up and taken to the hospital. Our 3-year-old son said that mommy was dead.
Williams told her to fix the damage she caused. Shortly after, Williams felt a wave of pain.
All I remember was my whole side hurting, and I was screaming at the top of my lungs that I just... Thankfully, my dad was already on the phone with the police. I never heard her, the of the gun, nothing. It was already loaded.
Because the bullet missed vital organs and her spine, doctors suggest it remain in her body unless complications arise. Arrington is now charged with assault with intent to murder, illegal firearm possession, and carrying a firearm during a felony. Her bond is set to $250,000.
DoorDash confirmed to Channel 6 that the Dasher account involved has been deactivated. Williams is still recovering from the wound, but it's expected to be okay. Back to you.
Today, and after a little drama, current House Speaker Mike Johnson was reelected to his post. House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries was also reelected in his role. On the other side of the Capitol, former Congresswoman Elissa Slotkin becomes Senator Elissa Slotkin after being sworn in earlier today. Taryn Simmons is here for you now with some of the policies she wants to focus on in her new position. Taryn?
Sherry, Slotkin says she's already feeling the weight of her new position as senator. She says she is now the 64th woman to ever be elected to the Senate. She also says one of her main goals is to help build a stronger middle class. Slotkin received her oath of office from Vice President Kamala Harris. She was joined by the now retired Senator Debbie Stabenow. Slotkin also spoke about her position as the newest member of the Agriculture Committee because she says agriculture is essential to Michigan's economy. She says another one of her priorities during her first term in the Senate is keeping Americans safe.
It means protecting our kids from the things that are truly harming them. And as a national security person, as we just learned with what's gone on in places like New Orleans and in Nevada, protecting ourselves and our country is first order business. And then lastly, protecting our rights and our democracy, the things that make us Americans.
She says she's also focused on bringing critical supply chains back to the United States. Sherry, back to you.
Thank you, Taryn. History was made in Jackson County as Kelsey Guernsey officially became the very first woman elected as county prosecuting attorney. And according to our media partners at MLive, she was sworn in January 2nd, becoming the first female ever elected to that position. She's replacing former Jackson County prosecutor Jerry Jarzinga, who announced his retirement in May after serving 3 terms in office. Now, in the meantime, the Oakland County Prosecutor's Office filed its responses to Jennifer Crumbley's recent motions. Prosecutor Karen McDonald wrote, Jennifer Crumbley received a fair trial and was unanimously convicted by a jury of her peers. They asked the judge to deny her motions and allow her to continue serving her prison sentence. She also says it will continue to fight for justice for Hannah, Madison, Tate, and Justin, for their families and for the community. Well, we are hoping to learn more about a big police presence in Lansing tonight. At least 4 police cars were spotted on Ontario Street, with officers patrolling the streets with a K9 and drones. East Grand River Avenue, just west of Wood Street, was also closed. It's not known yet if these 2 incidents are related, so be sure to stay with 6 News. We'll keep you updated when we learn more. Well, the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development awarded more than $226 million today to state, county, city, and tribal governments, as well as nonprofit organizations to protect children and families from home health hazards. Organizations in Michigan were awarded more than $60 million. Locally, Habitat for Humanity Michigan received $2 million, as did Community Action of South Central Michigan, Battle Creek. Now, this funding is awarded to organizations across 33 states, 4 tribes, the District of Columbia, and the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico. It will protect families and children by addressing significant health and safety hazards. It will also support increasing local capacity for conducting lead hazard control and additional healthy homes interventions. Well, in Lansing today, Mayor Andy Shore is activating the city's Code Blue Extreme Cold Weather Plan. It runs from 6 p.m. tonight until Sunday, January 5th at 6 p.m. Now, the Code Blue allows local shelters to operate additional hours and temporarily increase their capacity. It also allows Lansing Fire and Police Departments to take those needing assistance to local shelters. CATA will also provide free rides to anyone who needs help getting to a warming shelter or a center that's available. For a full list of participating shelters, that's available on our website, WLNS.com.
From Storm Tracker 6, this is Weather First, sponsored by Auto Owners Insurance. Simple human sense.
Well, parts of mid-Michigan today seeing some significant lake effect snow. Other parts like areas below average. Grand Rapids a little above. Further to the north, same sort of trend, a little closer to average, just above in Houghton Lake, a little bit below in Alpena. The really interesting one is the UP. Western UP, Marquette, 30 inches below average. Over 30 inches above average, though, for Sault Ste. Marie. So I guess it just depends on where you are and how much lake effect you've seen so far this winter. But there is more to come. Lots of lake effect in the UP, northwestern, lower Michigan. But the snowstorm for Monday is going to pass well to our south. So very little for us from that system. Cold weather, though, it's here to stay. We're in no shortage of that. Highs in the mid-20s as we head into next week. Perhaps upper teens, low 20s by Thursday. And then a bit of a warming trend as we get closer to 30 degrees by late next week. Intense lake effect off to our southwest. In fact, one of those little bands was right over Jackson. I was watching the visibility on the tower cam really come down for a short time. So you could pick up a quick inch of snow from some of those snow showers. More snowfall off to our northwest as well. Precision cast through tomorrow morning. We'll see less lake effect activity. In fact, maybe a flurry, that should be about it. And then I'm really optimistic tomorrow that we might get a little sunshine to finish the day. So we'll enjoy that because it's going to be cold with highs in the lower 20s. Moving into Sunday, there's our big snowstorm and ice storm to the south. It's going to be quite a mess with snowfall across portions of Kansas, east through Missouri, Illinois, Indiana, into Ohio, and a lot of freezing rain across portions of Kentucky and heading into North Carolina and eventually into Virginia. But we will miss all of that wintry mess. Temperatures out this afternoon, 26 in Owasso, 23 for Lansing, St. John's 24, Hillsdale at 21. It's cold out there. Any snow showers very light on the McLaren cam. Temperature at 24 degrees, but winds at 8 gives us a wind chill of 16 degrees. As we check out the Grand Ledge cam, similar with a couple of flakes in the air. Otherwise, nothing too big happening. 23 the current temperature. Winds are calm. Jackson cam visibility is improved now, though. We had it really come down a few moments ago with a snow shower. Temperature 22 degrees. Wind chill, how about 9? That's what it feels like with a west wind of 14. In Hillsdale, notice we've got traffic moving along smoothly, but you've certainly had some snow showers. A lot of this was not on the ground yesterday. 21 the current temperature. Our peak wind today up to 27 miles per hour. Tonight's forecast look for a low down to 15 degrees as snow showers begin to come to an end, but there may be a few flakes lingering through the morning hours. Then for tomorrow, temperatures starting out in the mid-teens and only warming into low 20s Winds tomorrow 10 to 20, which means wind chills will be in the single digits and teens all day. It's going to be a cold one. The 6-day forecast on Sunday 25, couple of snow showers possibly Monday, a few flurries on Wednesday, and then maybe a better chance of lake effect snow showers late next week, but no major storm system in the area. But it just stays cold with highs still in the mid-20s. As I'm looking long range, start to notice a little more cold air once again brewing in Canada, so the pattern may hold and it may stay cold for quite some time.
You know, and I always look at what you put out there, like feels like 11 degrees, 10 degrees with the wind chill. Woo!
I mean, that's what we really care about. If it's 20 degrees, great, but if it feels like it's 5, we don't like that.
We don't like that very much. We should grab a blanket.
A blanket, some hot chocolate.
Or a quilt.
Or a quilt.
Right? And that's what Country Stitches of East Lansing is hosting its annual charity, actually, and they're working together. It's a quilt-a-thon tomorrow from 10 until 4 at 2200 Coolidge Road. The quilt-a-thon will also take place at Country Stitches in Jackson. And we talked to those quilting today who say they're really happy to use their skills to help others.
It's a great opportunity to give back to the community, and we get to do things that we love. So we're tying quilts, finishing them today and tomorrow, and it's just so fulfilling to be able to work with our hands and make things that we know are really needed in the area.
The completed quilts will be donated to local charities, including Eve and Violent Encounters, Homeless Angels, McLaren, Ronald McDonald House of Mid-Michigan, and many others. Well, coming up on 6 News at 6, the U.S. Surgeon General is...
The U.S. Surgeon General is sounding the alarm about alcohol use and cancer risk. I'm Bradley Blackburn with why he wants a new warning label added to alcoholic beverages.
That story's next. Keep it right here. That and much more straight ahead on 6 News at 6.